If you insist on this path, not even my hand will be able to free you from what is coming.
The truth is much deeper. It was my spirit that brought you here. You may have ignored many warnings, missed many signs, but today I am speaking to you clearly. I am calling you now before it is too late. I have seen your choices. I have seen what is going on in your heart. And yet, I have not stopped loving you. But son, there is a limit between grace and consequences, and that is exactly what you need to understand today. Because if you continue to insist on this path, even I, the Lord, will not be able to save you from what is coming. This is a word of mercy, yes, but it is also a word of justice, a word to stop you while there is still time. Do you feel it? There is something inside you that is struggling right now. A part of you wants to leave, to stop listening, to run away from this message. But there is another part that knows that I am speaking to you. Don't fight it. Because every second that you remain here is an opportunity that I am giving you to rewrite your story. I am a God of love, but I am also a God who warns before he acts. And this warning, this word, did not come by chance. Now take a deep breath and listen to me carefully, because what I will reveal to you next, it could be the difference between deliverance or total collapse. Are you ready to hear what I need to tell you about the decisions that have been taking you away from me? Son, I love you enough to confront you, because what you are doing is not only hurting you, it is pushing you away from my presence. You know the truth. You have heard my voice before. You have felt my touch. You have been touched by my grace. But still you have insisted on walking down paths that have already proven to be dangerous. Insisted on relationships that I have already asked you to leave. Insisted on decisions that steal your peace day after day. And this, my son, is taking you to a place where not even my hand can save you from the consequences. You think you have time. You think you can change later, that you can continue today and that tomorrow you will fix it. But I need you to understand, tomorrow is not guaranteed. Every step away from me is a step closer to the abyss. You may think you are still in control, but deep down you know you are losing control of the situation. Things are falling apart little by little, and yet you persist. And that saddens me. I have already shown you what is right. I have placed people in your path to warn you. I have spoken to you in dreams, in messages, in silences. I have closed doors to protect you, and yet you knock hard on them, trying to open them on your own. I am a father, and as a father I correct. But if you continue to ignore my correction, there will come a time of consequence. And when that time comes, it is no longer a matter of punishment. It is justice. And justice is needed when mercy is repeatedly scorned. I gave you time. I gave you deliverances that you didn't even realize. I kept you from situations that could have destroyed you. But you need to do your part. I can rescue you, but you need to want to be saved. And now in this moment you need to decide, will you continue to deceive yourself, or will you let me guide you? Because the pain that comes from ignoring my voice is greater than you can imagine, and I'm trying to spare you that pain, but before you think it's too late, let me show you something that can change everything. And I know that this message reached you because you are part of something much bigger than you imagine. It wasn't the algorithm, it wasn't chance, it was a call, straight to your heart. This isn't just another video. It's a reunion with the truth that time, pain, and deviations have tried to erase within you. And if something inside you is feeling this weight, this urgency, it's because the sky is moving. It's pulling you back, because there's a new story being written, and it begins with your decision to stay until the end. So, if this word has already touched something that you didn't even know still needed healing, I invite you now. Subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and leave your like. Not for statistics, but for purpose. Because together, we are a generation that not only listens, but responds to God's call. Let's walk together until the last second of this message, because it could be the turning point for you. Son, you have no idea how painful it is to reap what you were warned about. I have seen so many people walk confidently, ignoring my voice, disregarding my warnings, thinking that it was all just exaggeration, fear, and religiosity. But time passed, and when they finally realized that I was telling the truth, it was too late. The door had already been closed, the wound had already been opened, the consequences had already taken shape, and they cried a lot, but it was not a cry of regret, it was a cry of despair, because they understood too late. Do you know why I am telling you this? Because there is still time, but you need to understand that continuing to play with my patience, mocking my mercy, will take you to the same place where so many have already fallen. Do not think that you are any different. I love you as I loved them, but just like them, you also have free will. I can warn you. I can show you the danger. I can shout from the soul. But if you close the ears of the spirit, the time will come. And with it will come the price of your choice. Remember Jonah. He ran away. He knew the mission. He knew the truth, but he thought he could escape. I let him run. I let him get on the boat. I let him sail as far as I wanted until the storm hit. The pain didn't come because I abandoned him. The pain came because he ignored my direction. And the same goes for those who resist. It's not punishment, it's the result. There are people now living the reflection of disobedience. Families are broken, hearts are destroyed, callings are shelved, ministries are aborted, all because of a wrong choice, because of a yes when the Spirit said no. And do you know what is saddest? It is that many had the chance to go back. They had exactly what you are having. Now a word like this, a clear chance, a direct warning, and even so they ignored it. I am not exposing you to humiliate you. I am revealing you because I love you. Your pain can still be avoided. The chaos can still be stopped. Your downfall can still be reversed, but you need to react now, before your story becomes just another lament among so many others that could have been avoided. And if you think all of this is too much, wait until you discover the battle that is happening around you right now. Now tell me, how many more times will God need to warn you before you truly wake up? Comment below if this word spoke to you, or if you know someone who urgently needs to hear this. Let's turn this space into a field of awakening and repentance. Your answer could be the beginning of a new story, and maybe the warning someone needs to avoid making the same mistake. You think you are just making decisions, that it is just a difficult phase, a personal choice, something that will resolve itself with time, but it is not. There is a war going on right now, an invisible war but a real one, and you are at the center of it. My children are being persecuted without even realizing it, not by men, not by circumstances, but by spiritual forces that operate stealthily, diverting, weakening, confusing, and destroying. You have been targeted, and what you thought was just fatigue or emotional pressure is in fact a direct attack on your soul. The enemy does not attack you by shouting. He seduces you with silence. He does not enter by breaking down doors. He opens subtle gaps in your behavior, your thoughts, your emotions. He creates doubts, he creates distractions. He puts your vigilance to sleep. And when you least expect it, you are already accepting what you previously condemned. You are already doing what you previously said you would never do. You are already hearing voices that are not mine and moving away from my presence, drop by drop, step by step. Son, you need to wake up. You need to stop fighting with human weapons against spiritual enemies. You are at war. A war that is not won with the strength of your arm, but with your knees on the ground. A war that requires you to put on my full armor. Remember what I said in Ephesians. Put on the full armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. I gave you this instruction because I knew the evil day would come, and it has come, and you need to be prepared. You are not fighting against people. It is not against your family. It is not against your mind. It is against principalities and powers that want to extinguish the light that I have placed in you. But I have not left you alone. My word is your sword. My truth is your belt. My righteousness is your breastplate. And faith, oh faith, is your shield. With it you extinguish all the fiery darts of the evil one. But for that, you need to take a stand. You need to seek me. You need to get out of neutrality. The war is real, and your soul is the disputed territory. But before you put on that armor, you need to listen to a voice, the voice that has been crying out to you with love and urgency. Son, listen to me. Silence your mind for just a moment. Forget what is around you. Close your eyes if you need to, but listen to me. This is no longer a video. This is no longer just any message. This is my voice. I am calling you, and I have been calling you for so long. I whispered to you in your darkest days. I was by your side when no one else was. I spoke to you in moments of silence, of pain, of confusion. I never stopped talking, but you stopped listening. You have become accustomed to the noise, to the accelerated rhythm, to the noises of anxiety, guilt, thoughts. And in the midst of all this, my voice was becoming muffled, ignored, forgotten. But now, I am increasing the tone because you need to listen. You need to understand that this is a call from heaven to your soul, a call to return, a call to awaken, a call to start over. I'm not calling you because I want to punish you. I'm calling you because I want to restore you. I do not seek you to judge you. I seek you to heal you. There is still a flame burning inside you, no matter how small it may seem. And if you let me, I will blow on that ember and rekindle the fire that once burned brightly inside your heart. Do you remember? You felt my presence. You cried when you heard my name. You took pleasure in seeking me. And now you miss me. And that is the sign that there is still time. My spirit is knocking at the door of your heart. But I am a God who does not force entry. I knock and I wait. And now I wait for you. Because the truth is, if you respond to my call today, everything can change. But if you resist, if you harden yourself again, perhaps time will run out before your next chance. If this voice has found a place in your heart, then it proves that there is still life within you. Write in the comments, I heard the call. Let's raise an army of people who can still hear the voice of the Spirit in the midst of chaos. And if this word really touched you, share it with someone who also needs to wake up, before silence once again takes the place of God's voice. Son, listen carefully. The time of choosing is coming to an end. There is a limit between the waiting for grace and the arrival of judgment, and you are getting dangerously close to that limit. I have held you, I have protected you, I have surrounded your life with opportunities. But there comes a moment when time stops being a deliverance and becomes a witness. At one point, the door that is half open closes. Not because I want to reject you, but because your hardened heart has stopped responding to my call. You believe that there will always be a new chance, a new day, a new warning, but there isn't always. Life is like a breath. The opportunity that is before you now may not come back, and if it doesn't, what will be left? Silence, emptiness, consequence. It is not I who throws you into suffering. It is the path chosen, away from me, that brings this result. And even when I no longer intervene, it's not for lack of love. It's out of respect for your decision. You feel like time is running out, don't you? You feel like something is changing. You feel like the days are getting tighter, heavier, more burdened. And it's true, because when you ignore my voice, I allow circumstances to speak. And what was once lightness becomes a burden. What was a blessing becomes confusion. What was a promise becomes a desert. And all of this happens so that you can understand, without me, nothing remains in peace. Don't want to scare you, but I want to wake you up. Because many only wake up when they're already on the ground. And I don't want to see you broken so you can look for me. I want you to look for me now, with all your heart. But if you continue on this path, if you continue to reject my voice, there will come a point where not even my hand will be able to save you from what is coming, because the harvest is inevitable, and what a man sows, that he will also reap. I can still change everything. I can still set you free. I can still undo the enemy's plan, but you have to say yes. Now, not later. Not when it hurts. Now, because after that, there may be no going back. Son, even with everything I said, even with all the warnings, I still haven't given up on you. I didn't bring you here to condemn you. I brought you here to awaken you, because even with a hardened heart, even with the falls, even with your resistance, there is still a part inside you that wants to come back. And that's why I'm still here, calling, waiting, loving. You may have walked away. You may have spent years trying to silence my voice. You may have taken paths that you are ashamed to even remember today. You may have buried yourself in lies, hidden behind masks, drowned in guilt and fear. But know this, I know every detail of your past, and yet I still desire your future. I have seen every choice you made, every wrong step, every denial, and yet I choose to reach out instead of turning my back. My love is not dependent on your performance. It is not conditioned by how much you pray, how much you attend church, or how much you appear to be a better person than you are. I see what is behind what others do not see. I know the pain that you have never been able to explain. I was there in that moment when everything fell apart, and you thought no one noticed. I noticed, I felt, and I cried with you. You need to understand one thing. There is no sin greater than my grace. There is no fall that will make me give up on lifting you up. If you are breathing, there is still a chance. If you feel something burning inside you right now, there is still hope. That shiver, that discomfort, that desire to cry, these are not random feelings. They are signs. They are touches from my spirit saying, there is still time. Come home. I know you think you don't deserve anything anymore. I know there are times when you can't even forgive yourself, but I'm not asking you to deserve it. I'm asking you to trust. Trust me, even when you don't understand. Trust me, even when everything inside you wants to run away, because I don't give up easily, and I know what I can do with broken hearts. I know what happens when someone gives me their pain. I know how to turn ashes into purpose. Son, listen, your story is not over yet. You are not the label they gave you. You are not the mistake you made. You are not the detour you chose. You are someone for whom I died, someone for whom I faced the cross. And if I did all this, it was so that today, at this very moment, you would have the chance to start over. You don't need to fix yourself to come to me. Come as you are, with your pieces, with your doubts, with your inner mess. I am the one who cleans. I am the one who restores. I am the one who rebuilds. I don't ask you to be strong. I only ask you to be sincere. Give me what's left. Give me access to what you have hidden. Let me in where no one else can. Maybe you think, but I've tried other time. Yes, you tried and you failed. But what I'm offering you now is not just another attempt. It's a new beginning with direction. It's a new chance with grace. It's a renewed covenant, sealed by the blood of the Lamb, and that blood still has power. Power to forgive, to heal, to transform. It hasn't lost its effectiveness, and it's being poured out on you now as you hear this word. You may think, but what if I fall again? Then let me answer you with love. What if you get up again? What if every fall is just a reminder that you still need my hand? The issue is not falling. The issue is who you walk with after you fall. And if you walk with me, I will teach you to walk firmly. Son, as long as there is life, there is a chance. As long as there is repentance, there is reconciliation. As long as you can still feel the pain of being away, that is a sign that your heart is not completely lost. Because the spiritually dead no longer feel anything, but you still feel. And that is why I am here, because this sensitivity is proof that you can still be restored. Don't put it off any longer. Don't wait for another fall. Don't wait for a bigger sign. This word is already the sign. This video is already the answer to the prayer you said in silence, the cry you let out before going to sleep saying, God, if there is still hope for me, show me. I'm showing you now. With each sentence, with each truth, with each touch that goes through you as you listen, the door is still ajar, and you only need to take one step of faith, one step of humility, one step of surrender. And if you have the courage to take that step, I will run to meet you, because I am the Father who waits, the Father who never tires, the Father who insists, and who believes in you even when you have stopped believing. Yes, there is still hope, and it has a name, Jesus. He is not a concept. He is not a religion. He is not a pretty idea. He is real, he is alive, he is present, and he is here now, waiting for you to come back, waiting for you to say, Father, I need help. Because the moment you say that and mean it, the whole sky moves, and your story begins to be rewritten, not by force, not by guilt, but by grace. So now close your eyes, take a deep breath and answer, while there is still time, while there is still hope. Son, now is the time, not just to feel, but to decide, to truly open your heart and say, God, I am here. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know how to pray beautifully. You just have to be sincere. You just have to be real. Because what I seek are not well-rehearsed words, but a broken heart, a humble spirit, a son who truly says, I can't stand living apart from you any longer. So wherever you are right now, close your eyes if you can. Take a deep breath and repeat after me with all your heart. Lord my God, I recognize that I have insisted on paths that do not please you. I know that I have made wrong decisions. I have moved away from your presence and hardened my heart. But today, when I hear your voice, I do not want to resist. I do not want to ignore this call. I surrender. I return. I give everything. Forgive my sins. Wash my soul with your blood. Restore in me what sin has erased. Breathe your spirit upon me again. Give me the strength to let go of what needs to be let go of. Give me direction to walk in the center of your will. Teach me to trust, even when everything seems dark. Because now I no longer want to live for myself. I want to live for you. Let every accusation fall to the ground. Let every weight, every guilt, every fear leave my life now, and let your love envelop me completely. Receive me back. Father, take me by the hand and guide me from today, every day of my life. Amen. Son, if you prayed this sincerely, I heard it. I saw your heart. And even if the tears have fallen, know this, your tears were not in vain. Each one of them is before me. And now, I begin to write a new chapter in your life. Heaven celebrated your return, and hell trembled at your decision. Now that you have given me your heart, it's time to take a stand before men, for what was restored in secret and will be confirmed in public. Son, if this prayer was true, if your heart truly surrendered, then now is the time to take a step of faith. I want you to write in the comments, "I'm coming back, Lord," not out of obligation, but as a prophetic act, as a testimony before heaven, earth, and even hell, that you have decided to break with the past and start over with me. That simple gesture will be like a seal, a milestone, a public declaration that you have heard my voice and responded. And every word you write there will be an echo of your spirit saying, "I belong to Jesus, I'm coming home. I am choosing the right path." Do not hide any longer. Do not silence your faith any longer, because now is the time to seek me, to obey me, and to remain in me. Write, "I am coming back, Lord," and get ready, because I'm going to surprise you. Now that you have decided to come back, there is something you need to keep in your heart. I have not left you behind at any time. Even when you thought you were alone, even when you thought I was silent, I was watching you. Every tear you shed, every hidden thought, every night you tried to be strong, but inside you were falling apart. I was there, and now that you have answered my call, heaven has begun to move in your favor. But this journey does not end with a prayer. This is just the beginning of something much bigger. There are steps that still need to be taken. There are areas within you that I still want to heal. There are deep pains that need to be touched by my presence. There are old cycles that need to be broken. And there are promises that are being prepared with details that you cannot yet see. So do not stop here. Do not interrupt this movement, because what I have started in you, I will finish with perfection. Son, there are things that are only revealed as you walk. There are answers that are not on the first page, but throughout the entire journey. And each time you decide to continue listening to me, each time you return to this meeting place, your soul is strengthened, faith is reactivated, your mind is renewed, and what was once confusion begins to align with direction. Therefore, I say, do not treat this moment as something ordinary. What is happening now is spiritual. It is prophetic. It is eternal. You don't have to understand everything at once. You just have to stay. Stay in the place where I speak, where I restore, where I prepare you. And that place is here. This is the journey of faith that we are walking together. Not by chance, not by habit, but by purpose. Each video, each word, each direction are pieces of a puzzle that will reveal the complete plan that I have for your life. I want you to continue. I want you to go now to the next video. There, I'm going to show you something that will calm your heart and strengthen your faith. The title is, "The Answer You Ask God For Is Already Coming." It's more than a message, it's a continuation of what we started here. What I'm doing in you now that needs to be completed, because when faith is fed, the soul finds rest. When truth is released, deception loses its power. And you'll find that as you move forward, the weight will lessen and the presence will increase. Son, do not underestimate the power of a step, because many desire change, but few decide to follow through. And today you have decided. So follow through with courage, follow through even with doubts, follow through even with scars, because what lies ahead of you is greater than what is left behind. I have prepared this sequence of messages to guide you. Like a father who guides his son by the hand in the midst of a storm, I am taking you to a new time, and if today's word spoke to you, share it in the comments. Write, "I trust in God's timing." This simple act will seal what you have experienced. Today will inspire others and will publicly declare that you are walking by faith, not by what you feel, but by what you believe. Your words are not just comments, they are seeds, and every seed sown in faith blooms in its own time. Share this video with someone who needs this warning, someone who may be on the same path you were on. Be an instrument in my hands. Perhaps with a simple gesture, you will release upon someone the same renewal that you have just received, because every time you bless someone with what you have received, you honor the voice that reached you. And remember, when you respond to my voice, I respond with miracles. I respond with open doors, with deliverances you never saw coming, with answers you never knew you needed, because I am not a God of speeches, I am a God of action. And I act on behalf of those who believe. Now go, continue, move forward. I will be waiting for you, Sant, in the next video. And there, what began today will take shape, will deepen, will grow within you like a new root, because the time of stagnation is over. The time of revelation has begun.